Rise and shine, my people. Welcome back to the channel. This is Evan Aga at the Physique. Before we get into the video, I want to go ahead and say a quick thank you to all 1,358 of my subscribers. I see each and every single one of you, and I sincerely appreciate you all. In this video, we're going to be reacting to none other than Zyzz himself as he shares advice on how to build an aesthetic chest. I think the advice holds true even to this day, and it's something a lot of people can benefit from, regardless of the fact that this is the legendary Zyzz. This is still a solid video with solid training advice for anyone who's trying to build an aesthetic physique. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Mirin? It's funny because I have to dumb myself down for bitches to speak to them.
Are you Mirin?
Chest tips? Alright. Here's a chest tip for all you all listen to. Don't do decline. You do decline, you're wasting your time. If you want a nicely shaped chest, start off with incline.
If you're doing decline, you're wasting your time. He puts it plain and simple. He doesn't beat around the bush. He says you're simply wasting your time.
Start off with incline barbell, then incline flies, then
Incline barbell, then incline flies. Personally, I like to do incline dumbbells, and I also like to do incline Smith machine. Incline barbell is a solid exercise. As long as you're doing something incline, then pick whichever one out of those three you like to start with. One movement, at least one movement, where I can push something heavy in an incline trajectory.
after that, dips, and after that, pullovers.
So he says go from incline barbell to incline dumbbell flies, which is a great exercise. From there, he says do dips. Now, I've heard of dips as being referred to as the squat of the upper body. I never really did a lot of dips early on, but it's something that I've started to implement more recently. The dip movement in general, as it is, even with no weight, I like it a lot. And lately I've been doing it towards the end of my workouts just to really burn out and squeeze out as much juice as I can, whatever I've got left in my chest.
This is the one where you do that.
After dips, he says go to pullovers. I had this in my video from last week. I think it was, I was doing Arnold's chest workout. Arnold's entire chest workout. And at the end of the workout, we hit dumbbell pullovers, just like Zyzz is talking about here. That exercise was Arnold Schwarzenegger's favorite chest exercise. He used to rave about that exercise. And I even said in that video, you really don't see many people doing that exercise anymore. It's extremely rare. But I can say firsthand from me practicing that exercise over the years, it does work. It works to help expand your rib cage, and it also helps to just make your chest bigger and also your back wider. So here is Zyzz saying the same thing, how pullovers are an effective exercise for chest, and I think this is the only account of him giving out a full chest routine. So of all the exercises he could have picked, these are the exercises he is going with. Incline barbell press, incline dumbbell fly, dips for the lower chest and for the full chest as well. Dips, people think they're just for the lower chest. They really go a long way for developing just the entirety of the chest. And then finally, again, he says pullovers here.
Yeah, you can do flat, but mostly do incline.
So somebody asked him, okay, you said don't do decline, what about flat? He said you can do flat, but mostly incline. And the way he says it, he almost kind of brushes off the question like, yeah, you can do it, whatever, because he knows what I know, what you should know, which is flat is just what people like to do because it's what looks good. Everybody always asks you, how much can you bench? How much can you bench? Really, that's the main question that you get. And that's why people are so obsessed with this idea of doing flat. They don't think about how much better incline is. So he's saying, yeah, whatever, do flat, because he knows that no matter what he says, people are going to be obsessed with this idea of doing flat bench. In reality, don't waste your time. Just focus on incline.
Because incline still does works your chest, but well, I reckon it's a secret because you see most people that have that sort of droopy chest look. If you never really concentrate on lower and even sometimes middle, you just keep doing most of the upper, it's going to give you that nice chest shape. And
focusing on incline builds your whole chest. People have this misunderstanding that if you only do incline, you're only going to work your upper chest. You still work your entire chest. You just put more of the emphasis, more of the tension on the upper portion, which develops your chest in a more 3D and fuller shape, as opposed to doing flat or decline, which tend to give you more of a bottom heavy or more development in your lower chest, which is not really what you want. I think you can imagine what that probably looks like if you go too far with it. You can have an amazing chest, you can have a strong chest, but it goes to show that if you don't focus on building the right parts, doing it the right way, you can get a big chest, but at the end of the day, it still might not be what you want it to be as far as the aesthetic goes. And that's what I'm in it for at the end of the day. That's what a lot of you are in it for at the end of the day. So it makes sense to think about these things and understand why we do things differently from just the average gym goer.
and it's still going to grow the bottom, but
It still works the middle, it still works the lower, it still works the entire chest, but it really develops this part right here, which everybody wants that. That's what everybody wants. That's what makes your chest have that real 3D shape and that look, as opposed to just being completely flat and then heavy on the bottom. Again, you can imagine what that would look like.
you see more photos for you people.
And that's it. That's Zyzz and his explanation on how you should work your chest and why incline is king, brah. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support on all my videos, and I appreciate your support in my journey overall. Thank you so much. Again, I'll see you in the next one. Shoot for the stars.